Manifestation is kind of a mystical concept, but it really doesn't have to be, because it's just learning the game of life. And when you play a game, it's never ever fun if you don't know the rules. If you're sitting there playing a card game and you literally don't know how to play, you're like, this is dumb, I'm bored, get me out of here as fast as possible. And that's how a lot of people are living their lives. They don't understand the law of attraction. And so they're unconsciously creating things that they don't want in their lives by focusing on things that they don't want. And so our mission is to become so conscious of our thoughts that we are able to be discerning about what we want and what we don't want. Because when we focus on what we don't want, we get more of what we don't want. That's why a bad day turns into a bad week, turns into a bad month, turns into a bad year, and potentially we've seen it spiral into bad lives for a lot of people. Not because they're bad people, but because we have been raised in an unhealed society. And so it's time to wake up. It's time to become conscious. It's time to rewire our brains. And the best way to do that is to just listen to your thoughts. Because the voice in your head will run around your house like a sad, scared dog, chewing things up and pooping everywhere. And you will have to clean that shit up, okay? Because when you're unconscious and you're creating from an unconscious state, what you're doing is in essence ripping up your life, and then all you're doing is putting out fires all day long. And nobody wants to do that. And that's why it doesn't take time, it takes alignment. Nothing is hard, everything is easy. You can manifest anything that you want. It's a matter of not talking shit to yourself. That's literally the key to everything. Just stop talking shit to yourself. And it's a lot harder than you would think, or that it is to say than to do. But again, everything is easy. So if you think to yourself, it's really hard to stop talking shit to myself, of course it's gonna be hard. Because why? Because you create your reality. Every single thing that you think is creating the world around you. It all starts and ends in your mind. So your mission is to notice the thought, and now you're gonna notice the thought and be like, oh my God, I'm talking shit to myself. Fuck, I have to stop doing that. And then you're talking more shit to yourself, and you're going on that same rampage. So our mission is to notice the thought, see it as an observer, not judge the thought. Just feel that thought with love and say, it's my conditioning. This isn't me, this is my conditioning. I'm smarter than my conditioning. Science teaches me that I can heal myself through the power of being a loving witness. So having love for yourself in those moments, when you feel that essence and energy of like, oh, I did it again, oh, I told the wrong story again. And what is it? It's telling the story of what you want. So a lot of us, we always want to tell the story of what is. We're like, well, this is what's happening in my life right now, and this is what's not working out, and I really have to get better at this, that, or the other thing, and I'm doing this wrong, and if I was to do this better, then it would be better. But guess what? Creating that story and speaking that story is just gonna create more of that, because you're holding yourself in vibrational alignment with the problem instead of the solution. You have to calibrate your energy to the solution instead of the problem. The problem will bring more problems, because all the universe is trying to tell you to do is that, guess what? You're supposed to be having fun. Having problems isn't fun. So the universe, the only way that the universe can tell you that it needs you to do something different is to make you uncomfortable. And then we take that uncomfortable energy and think, well, it's just a bad day, or I'm just having a bad day, or I'm just having a bad week, or it's just one of those days. And then we're creating more and more and more and more of that. And we sit into that and we get comfortable there. And then we form groups with other people who have those same problems and then talk about those problems until we're like, oh my God, this person has the same problem as me. Guess what? I actually have it even worse than them, or I'm so busy, or this, that, or the other thing. And we're creating oodles and oodles and oodles and oodles and oodles of more dysfunction of the things that we don't want. And that's why I'm so happy that we're all here together, because we are the opposite of that. We're focusing on all of the things that we do want, and we're coming together in this essence and energy of love. Because hurt people, and hurt people hurt themselves. And so when you find a group of people, your soul tribe, this essence and energy of light and love, you can really sit into this idea of, actually, I don't want to be a hurt person anymore. And I don't want to be the person hurting other people just because I'm hurt myself. And oh my gosh, now I'm witnessing all of these things, but there's a better way. And these are the people that I get to witness my thoughts with. And how cool is that? And each person that you know is a mirror for you. And every single relationship that you have gives you an opportunity to see things differently and to witness the thoughts in their mind. And instead of having road rage and being like, what the F, this person did this, how could they cut me off stuff like that, you're like sending them a prayer being like, I hope you have a better day. I hope you take a deep breath. Like, I'm here to hold space and love, because only light dispels darkness. And you have to keep that in mind when you're dealing with yourself and with others. And so this year, we've been practicing all of these beautiful methods, and they're all allowing us to really show up as our highest selves and manifest these beautiful things. Like, we're out here on this retreat, we're going to Decadence, we're having a beautiful time. And why are we able to do this? Because we said, guess what? I'm placing the order with the universe. I want this thing. This is what I want. And then what is step 2? So step 1 is just asking the universe, okay, hey universe, I want to throw a retreat. I want to have my soul tribe here. I want to do this, that, or the other thing. Whatever the thing is for you, you can write down what's your thing that you want to do. What do you want? And then step 2 isn't your job. Step 2 is the universe's job. So then you sit back, get out of the way, stop talking about the things that you don't want, and be open to receiving the thing that you want. Because the only reason you're not getting the things that you want is because you're placing the order with the universe, and then you're manifesting like, I need to do this, I need to do that, and guess what? The opportunity is right there, but the opportunity thinks you're bullshit because you're running around like an ant. So when you release the ant brain and when you release the ant mindset, you're allowing yourself to be open to receiving, and that's what manifestation is. And that's why you need to measure your success by how much fun you're having and the things that you're doing to feel good. So if you feel like you're out of alignment, if you're misaligned, a stick has 2 sides. You have the thing that you want, and then you have the thing that you don't want. And so when you go to pick up this stick of this thing that you want, after you place the order with the universe, now you're looking at both sides. You're like, oh, here's the thing that I want, here's the thing that I don't want. Oh, well, I'm thinking about this, but you know what? I probably really can't have it. It's really hard. This, that, or the other thing. No one else has been able to do this. I don't know how I'm gonna get there. So you're holding that stick of the thing that you want, but it also has the stuff that you don't want. So the best thing you can do to harness the power of step 2, which is do nothing, is drop the stick and look the other way. Look at something that feels good. Look at something that you do want and that feels good in that moment. Look at the part of your life that's thriving. So if there's a part of your life that feels like it's maybe not thriving, and you're like, oh my gosh, I have this sickness, I have to heal this thing, I'm gonna do all of these things to try and heal this illness, whatever that thing is, you want to basically be like, my wish for this, and I trust that I am going to heal, and then you put it down, and you turn and you look at your career, or you look at your family, or you look at something that you love, you do a puzzle, you do literally anything it takes to stop looking at the thing that you don't want. Because the less you give it energy, the less it has the power to expand. So it's about focusing on what you do want in all essences and knowing that there's nothing that you cannot be, do, or have. So when you place that order with the universe and you're like, this is the thing that I want, if you're then saying, but I feel like I can't have it, you're canceling the manifestation. And so when you're rewiring your mind, you must know that there is no difference between literally manifesting someone paying for your Starbucks and you manifesting a G-Wagon. It's literally all the same. It's all the same. It's a vibrational universe. And this lifetime, in the grand scheme of things, is really absolutely nothing. And this planet, in the grand scheme of things, is actually a grain of salt. And nothing is as scary or as ridiculous or as big or as massive as we make it out to be in our minds. Everything is easy. The only reason it doesn't feel easy is because we're anting about in our minds, thinking the thoughts are the things that don't serve us, because we're conditioned, because we actually learned these thought patterns to keep us safe. But we're safe, guys. We're so safe. We live these beautiful lives, and we have beautiful people around us, and even the people who are living in dysfunction at a low vibrational frequency, those people are our best teachers, and those are the people that we can learn the most from. And so I'm getting this like really, really deep need to talk about judgment right now, and this was not part of the plan because we were really gonna be focusing on celebrating, but I'm feeling this essence and energy of releasing judgment and releasing fear, because judgment of ourselves is the same thing as judgment of everyone around us. So when you're constantly judging yourself and you're feeling this negative energy and you're like, this, that, or the other thing is wrong with me, and guess what? I do this too all day long, every day, all the time, and it's not about not doing the thing. It's about being a witness to the thing. I detour and I come back. I detour and I come back over and over and over and over and over again. Because your judgment of yourself is going to infiltrate your relationships. And guess what? The people around you and the relationships that you have are the things that are going to allow you to manifest everything that you want. We are all co-creating together. This is not just about me and my soul, or you and your soul, and everyone individually. This is about all of us coming together as a collective consciousness for the one ultimate goal: to heal ourselves, to heal the world. And so this essence and energy of judgment is actually something that I would say is one of the things that I still struggle with most. Judgment of myself. And it's a powerful thing to notice and witness, and it's honestly one of the most fear-based thought patterns and systems of belief that you can have. Because judgment leads to self-sabotage. Because it's an underlying essence of self-hatred. And we don't hate ourselves. In essence, we love ourselves. But guess what? We've been raised in a society that has taught us judgment and fear. Not because the people who raised us wanted this, but because the people who raised them also fell victim to these actually beautiful patterns, because now we get to live in the contrast of what it means to wake up. And how blessed are we to actually have this experience? Because the mind wants to go, the natural human Christina mind is like, judgment is bad, it's a bummer that we have to work through this, why do we have to wake everybody up, why do we have to wake ourselves up? But my highest self is saying, guess what? How lucky are you that this is the work that you came here to do? What? We are so lucky to be witnessing our own judgment and breaking through this block, because we're ready. We're ready to heal. We're ready to remember who we really are and to remember who each other really are. So my main intention in 2022 is connection. Is connection to myself and this human physical part of me and this spiritual part of me, bringing that together and watching every single person that I know do the same thing. Because in essence, in doing so, when we all align with our truest highest selves, we all align to each other. And there's no fear and there's no judgment, because all fear is ultimately reducible to the basic misperception that we have the power to usurp the power of God and universal source energy, and whatever that means to you. And we don't have to worry about anything. Have you ever worried about something that ended up being such a big problem in your life that you couldn't get to this moment right now? No. You have an 100% success rate. We're all out here. But guess what? We were all freaking out about some dumb shit probably an hour ago, right? Fear comes in and it comes out, and you can let it be just like your breath. And not allowing it to control you is the key to living your best life. Because when you can be a witness to the fear and be like, oh, I see you, you're looking good today, I'm just gonna be over here now, I have to go, thank you for your service. You allow yourself to then be open, oh my God, there's an opportunity over here, now I'm ready for it. Instead of being like, oh my God, this fear, we're all gonna die, everything's going wrong, right? So giving yourself this opportunity to connect to what it means to befriend your judgment, to befriend that essence and energy of the thing that you feel like you need to work through, and feel empowered by the fact that you get to do this work. Because honestly, it's easy. It's a matter of turning your frown upside down and sending yourself to the moon. It's really, really not that hard. And we make things so much harder than they need to be. And every single person that's sitting here and every single person that has sat through this length of this video up until this point is ready and has been doing the work. Because you wouldn't be here, there is no coincidence. You would not be still watching this video if you were not ready to manifest everything that you want and to learn the games of life. So, how do you play the game of life? Step 1, you place the order with the universe. Step 2 is not your job. Hang out. You sit down, you're like, source has it, whatever that means for you. Your angels, your inner guidance system, the God of your own understanding, the universal source energy, whatever you connect to, I don't care what you call it, I just want you to feel it. I want you to feel supported by it, because it's there and it's always there and you always have access to it. And step 3 is about knowing who you really are, which is a child of the universe, and being open to receiving. So your step 2 is just like, you got it. Step 3 is sitting down. It's kind of like this essence and energy of placing the order. I'm gonna use Zoe doing my makeup as an example. Zoe did my makeup today. I absolutely love it. I'm gonna put her Instagram down in the caption of this. I was like, Zoe, can you please do my makeup? Step 1, check. Step 2, believe that she'll do it, offer it up, totally believed she would do it. And then I sat down and I received. I just let her do it, right? So allowing yourself to be in that receptive mode. So now I want you to write down, step 1, you said, what do I want? Step 2, you gave it up to the universe. So I want you to just write source energy, God, whatever you want, angels. Step 3, sit back and relax. Sit back and relax. Be ready to receive. Be ready to receive. Because it doesn't take time, it takes alignment. Period. So if you're not getting that thing that you want, it's not because source energy doesn't love you, it's because you're still doing that thing that you do to block whatever that thing is that you want. You got some big ass blocks up. You got a wall, boom, and it's filled with bricks of fear, judgment, sadness, resentment, whatever the things that you're talking shit to yourself in your mind about, that's your fear-based wall. So you notice that wall and you say, okay, I'm not getting this thing that I want. Let me do an inventory. What are the bricks in my wall right now that are holding me back from being able to be open to receiving whatever the thing is that I want? And you say, for me a lot, it's like judgment. It's judgment of myself. It's fear of not being good enough, right? And so I sit down and I look at that and I do a list of positive aspects of things that I love about myself. You have to change the current, you have to change the story. So if you're telling the story of this, that, or the other thing isn't working, and I'm trying to start this business, but it's not really going well, and I have to get better at this, that, or the other thing, guess what? The person that you're telling that about was just about to invest in your business and fund the shit out of it, but guess what? Now they're like, you're not ready. You're not ready to receive. So you gotta tell the story of the person who has everything that you want, and then you will have everything that you want. Stop telling it like it is. You don't have to face reality unless you want your reality to stay the same forever, in which case, continue to do that. But none of us here are doing that. You're speaking into existence what you want. You're open to receive it. You're relaxing, you're cooling. And then you also have to know is that what you want may not be the best thing for you, okay? So we actually don't know what's the best thing for us. This idea of placing the order with the universe and being able to manifest it, yes, it works every time because we do live in a vibrational universe, but that thing that you want might just be like a little carrot that the universe is dangling for you to get you to that place. So for me, my personal story is before I moved to LA, I wanted to go to LMU to pursue my master's degree in yoga studies. And a lot of things went down, and my friend and I who were moving, we just didn't feel really good about it. We had our scholarships locked in, but we went to go pay on the payment portal and it wasn't working and no one was responding to us. And we were like, you know what? Maybe we should defer. So we deferred our scholarships, we deferred everything. We were like, fine, we'll just move to LA and we'll get there and we'll see what happens. And so we did that, and it was amazing because then I met my husband, Matt, and he had to move to Tucson for his medical residency. And if I was in that master's degree program, I wouldn't have been able to go. And it gets even crazier, guys. So at the time, I'm working at Press Juicery. I love Press Juicery, making freezes, drinking all of the juice, having the best time. And I sat in meditation that morning on the beach and I said, dear universe, please tell me what I need to know. Dear God, please give me a sign. Should I move to Tucson with this guy? Should I move with him? I love him. I know he's my soulmate. Should I go? Please give me a sign. I go to Press Juicery that day. I'm working. A lady comes up to me. I made her a beautiful freeze and she's checking out. And then she says, sweetie, can you throw this away for me? And it's a key card to Canyon Ranch, which was my dream job ever since I was literally 12. And just like they have one in Massachusetts, they have one in Tucson. And I was like, it's Tucson! I matched Tucson, amazing. So I ended up going to Tucson and I met the most incredible people and I grew into the person that I am today. And the universe is gonna give you all of these things that you need to do to get to where you need to go. And guess what? I never worked at Canyon Ranch. That was the thing that I thought I needed to get there. LMU was the thing that I thought I needed to get there. So be open to those things that you think are the thing, but actually aren't the thing. They're the stepping stone to the thing. And you can give yourself time to be like, okay, I'm down for whatever this path is, and all you have to do is take the next right step. When I was working at Press Juicery, I didn't think I'm gonna work at Press Juicery forever now. No, I was building my business, I was teaching yoga, I was focusing on all of the things that I wanted. I was perpetuating my new story of I'm an online coach. I built my first course, The Joyful Journey, during that time. And the next thing I knew, I literally manifested a business beyond my wildest dreams. And I'm no different than anyone. Any human on this planet can literally master the power of these laws. And they're very simple, they're very easy laws. Even the dogs do it. They place the order of the universe. They're like, I'm hungry, please feed me. They offer it up, boom, there I am. They're open to receiving. They love it. And they're eager about it. And they feel good about it. So that's your mission. Is to feel good. To jump in the pool whenever you want. Is to follow your bliss. Is to do the things that make you happy. Because when you're happy, you show up as your highest self. And you're open to receiving everything that the universe wants to give you. I love you all so, so much. I hope you apply all of these beautiful lessons. Let's close with a deep breath. Ground down into those feet again. Grow tall through your spine. Take this moment to feel this essence and energy of knowing that you have been practicing these tools and that you're going to continue practicing these tools. And you get really good at what you practice. So you're gonna keep practicing all of these beautiful, bountiful, blessing, blissful vibrational frequencies. Tapping in and tuning in, breathing in, breathing out. I love you, Freedom Fam. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for being here at home. Please like, comment, and subscribe. We share tons of informational content about mindset, muscle, metabolism, and manifestation.